Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Zombie with Zombie Cigar Reviews. Today we'll be smoking the Mataza from Alec Bradley, which I understand at the moment is only at Hilands Cigars. So let's take a look at what we'll be smoking. Alright, so the Viatola on this is a Robusto Gordo. It's a 5x54. The wrapper is Brazilian Mata Fina. The filler is Nicaraguan and Colombian. The binder is Honduras. And the country of origin is from Honduras. So, as you can see, it's a nice chocolatey wrapper. So, right now, on the pre-lit, just a small on the wrapper, I'm getting a little bit of hay and leather. So I'm gonna cut it and toast it, and we'll get started. Alright, so on the pre-lit draw, good resistance. Getting like some apple, like when you bite into an apple, and a little bit of hay. So, toast it. Alright, so we got it lit. The first initial note I was getting was that apple still, but now it's kind of turning into a leather and an earthy tone. But it is just the beginning, so we'll see what happens as I get into this first third. So getting into the first third, there is definitely that leather note that is in here, predominant. This wrapper is like really oily. It's really nice and dark. I'm really liking how the construction of the wrapper is. It's drawing my eye. It's smoking pretty pleasant. There's like a faint white pepper on the retro hell. It's a little something that tickles your nostrils. I'm gonna continue on and come back with any updates. But as far as I do know about the Mataza is that you can only get it at Hilands Cigars in Scottsdale. So I'll put up information at the end of the video if you're interested in trying these. So far it's been pretty good. Burn line is decent. Like I said, the wrapper is nice and oily, so I'll come back when I get further into the first third. So into this first third, as you can see, the burn is becoming a little bit uneven, so I might need to touch it up. The flavor notes is still that leather, and that apple keeps coming in and out. It's not predominant, it's just like a hint of like an apple pill or something, like when you first bite into an apple. I'm getting that out of this. Smoke is still pretty pleasant. It leaves a nice coat, like a silky coat on your mouth and on your tongue. I'm hoping that the burn will catch up to itself. We'll see what happens, but I'll come back with any updates. Alright, so quick update. I did touch it up just a little bit. I didn't want to get too bad. So hopefully it'll stay burning even for the rest of the time that I'm smoking it. A new note that kind of presented itself was like a slight chocolate or coffee. It's really good. It goes well with the leather that is in this. So this is a small update. I'll come back once I get into the second third. So we're just finishing up the first third. The flavor notes were definitely the leather. Like I said, that apple peel, I'm gonna call it. And there was like a little bit of like a coffee or chocolate note in there. I did have to touch up the burn once, like I said, and it's still starting to, you know, burn uneven. The smoke output is still well. Like I said, it leaves a nice coat on your palate, on your mouth, and on your tongue. I'm hoping that it switches up just a little bit in the second, but we'll see. I mean, it's very consistent so far. The notes are very well, so I'll come back with any updates. Alright, so getting into the second third, the ash is holding on pretty well. The flavor notes are still pretty much the same. I'm getting leather on this. The apple peel has turned into more of a coffee. Its smoke output is pretty decent still. I did put it down for a second and I was worried I was gonna have to relight it, but I just took a few draws from it and it lit back up, so I'll come back with any other updates. Alright, so we're well into the second third now. Flavor notes are still that leather and coffee. It's really nice on your palate. The smoke that you get in your mouth and stuff leaves a nice little texture in your mouth. I did tap the ash off. I was worried it was going to fall on me, so I didn't want it to. I saw a little crack in it, but still performing pretty well. The minor touch-ups, like I said. This one does require some attention because I let it sit for a few minutes and it will try to go out and I'll have to take a few draws to get it reheated up. But no complaints other than that right now, so I'm gonna continue on. I'll come back maybe once I get to the band point. So getting closer to the band, as you can see, the burn is definitely uneven, so I'm about to touch it up again. Still same flavor notes, the nice leather note, coffee. So there's not much, you know, difference in beginning to middle of the cigar so far. I'll continue smoking. If there's any updates, I'll definitely come back to let you know. But I probably will have to touch it up one more time. It does have a stem that's riding down the side. Maybe that's why it's having trouble burning on this side. This was the Cuban style of this cigar, so I'll be back. Alright, so getting into this final third, as you can see I took the band off. Same notes, the leather and coffee. This ash is amazing though. It's really solid and you could tell how well constructed the cigar was. Obviously I'm pretty sure you can't see, but I mean the ash holds on for inches to 2 inches at a time. It hasn't fallen off. I have ashed it off basically. There's no sudden changes or nothing. I would say that this is probably like a medium bodied stick, so I'll come back if there's any updates, but if not, then I'll just be back for the final thoughts. So I'm getting ready to finish up on this Mataza. Like I said, the main flavor notes you get from this is definitely the leather. That apple peel came back for a slight moment in the final third. Coffee. Like I said, the ash holds on beautifully on this, so I can't complain about that. The construction is pretty decent. I mean, the burn, it could have been a error on my part when I was lighting it, but I mean I had to touch it up a few times, so but I'll come back with final thoughts on this. So alright guys, so for my final thoughts on the Mataza, so for curb appeal and the way it catches your eye when you either order them online or in a B&M. I'm gonna give it its full point. At first I gave it a half point because the band was kind of plain, but after looking at the band more and the way it's constructed on the outside, I did give it its full point because I do like the way it looks. It's just a basic, rugged, but still elegant looking cigar. So full point for Curb Appeal. For price, it's between $5 and $6.50, I believe. So for the price, I'm gonna give it a full point. I would definitely buy more of these. This could be a good everyday stick. For construction, I give it a half point. I did have to touch it up a few times. Unfortunately, like I said, that could have been my error in the way I toasted it and lit it. But I did smoke one of these before, and I don't think I had that issue. So it could have just been this one, and it could have just been my error, like I said. So half a point on that. For flavor notes, you got leather, you had coffee, that apple peel, and a little bit of like a slight pepper on the retrohale. It's like a white pepper. It wasn't too much, but you could definitely feel a little tingle in your nostrils. So half a point for flavors. And my overall experience, I'm gonna give it a half a point because, like I said, I did have to touch it up a few times. I did enjoy it, but I have to be fair. So altogether, it gets a 3.5. It's an enjoyable stick, like I said. The only place I believe you can get these is at Hilands Cigars in Scottsdale, Phoenix. I will put a small little picture up so you can get any information on how to maybe get a hold of them, order cigars, or pick one of these up and try it for yourself. It's pretty decent. Like I said, for everyday stick, it's an Alec Bradley. It's decent, smoked decent. The construction, look at the ash. I mean, it holds on. It's firm and very well constructed and packed it in there, and it doesn't affect the draw at all. You get a good draw out of it. So, but definitely concludes our Mataza cigar review. Remember to like this video if you liked it. If not, you can give it a dislike as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for other reviews. Hit the bell for notifications when I come out with new content. I will be also doing some horror stuff pretty soon here. Thanks again for just taking your time out on this wonderful day to watch this review. I appreciate it, and thanks for rocking with me. Peace.